Anna, Qatar, not exactly a major player in OPEC, but it does come at a time when that organization is under pressure to increase its production.
Have a look at oil prices today, George, because you'll see that they are much, much higher, both crude and WTI, up 4–5% there. Now, a lot of this actually isn't to do with this news, because although Qatar pulling out OPEC, and it's been a member since 1961, is big news politically, it's actually not, as you said, a big player in oil. And actually this news, very interestingly, comes out of the G20 over the weekend, which is where we saw Saudi Arabia and Russia look set to continue to collaborate to reduce oil on the market. So that's why we're seeing a big oil move today. This news, however, is very interesting politically. And this news came out as something of a surprise, I'd say, today. And the top line from the Qatari press conference we had and from the tweets we got out today was that Qatar wants to focus more on natural gas, which of course is its much bigger market.
So you point out not exactly economically as important within that bloc, but politically and symbolically. What does this mean, especially with regards to the tensions, Anna, between Saudi and Qatar?
Yeah, I think these tensions have a lot to play in terms of the subtext, and within OPEC, which is, de facto led by Saudi Arabia, I think Qatar's been feeling increasingly isolated. Now, it continues to have a travel and trade embargo placed on it by Saudi Arabia, by the UAE, by Bahrain, by Egypt, and that's over allegations that it supports terrorism, over its close links with Iran. So that continues to filter through. And in addition, you have a non-OPEC player like Russia playing into the mix, having a much, much bigger say and control within OPEC as well. So you can see it in that move. Plus, George, you've got to look domestically. They've had a big cabinet reshuffle recently. The new energy minister at the top is seen by many as a much more aggressive player. So perhaps it doesn't come as much of a surprise given that happened just earlier this month.